1. Eyes. The eyes are often described as the windows to the soul, and for good reason. Eye contact and eye movement reveal a great deal about a person's emotions, intentions, and level of confidence. Understanding these subtle signals gives you an advantage in reading people beyond their spoken words. Eye contact is one of the strongest forms of nonverbal communication. Consistent eye contact typically conveys confidence, honesty, and engagement. For example, during an interview, candidates who maintain steady eye contact are perceived as more trustworthy and competent. On the flip side, avoiding eye contact can suggest nervousness, lack of confidence, or even dishonesty. However, cultural differences matter. While prolonged eye contact is seen as confidence in Western cultures, in some Asian cultures, it may be considered disrespectful. The speed and frequency of blinking also communicate unspoken feelings. Rapid blinking can indicate stress, nervousness, or discomfort, while slower blinking often shows relaxation. Pupils are another fascinating indicator. When someone is interested, attracted, or deeply engaged, their pupils naturally dilate. Conversely, constricted pupils may signal negative feelings like anger or suspicion. Where someone looks also carries meaning. Looking down or away during a conversation often suggests submission, shame, or desire to avoid confrontation. A person glancing repeatedly toward an exit or door may subconsciously be signaling they want to leave. Sideways glances, especially paired with certain facial expressions, may indicate suspicion, doubt, or disapproval. An important nuance to remember is that eyes rarely tell the full story on their own. For example, someone might avoid eye contact not because they are lying, but because they are shy or culturally conditioned to show respect in that way. Always interpret eye signals in clusters, combined with facial expressions, posture, and context. Ultimately, the eyes act as a powerful tool in decoding true emotions. By paying attention to eye contact, blinking, pupil size, and gaze direction, you can better gauge a person's confidence, honesty, and level of engagement in any interaction. 2. Face. The human face is the most expressive part of the body, with 43 muscles capable of making thousands of subtle expressions. The face can reveal emotions even when someone tries to conceal them. Understanding these expressions helps you spot truth, detect stress, and build deeper connections. A genuine smile, known as a Duchenne smile, involves both the mouth and the eyes. The muscles around the eyes crinkle slightly, creating crow's feet, while the mouth curves upward. This is often seen in moments of real happiness or joy. In contrast, a fake or forced smile usually engages only the mouth, without the warmth in the eyes. Recognizing this distinction is useful in spotting insincerity in social or professional settings. Microexpressions are another fascinating facial clue. These are involuntary, split-second expressions that flash across the face before someone masks them. For example, if a person says they are fine but a microexpression of sadness or fear flashes, it suggests they are hiding their true feelings. Detecting microexpressions takes practice, but they are considered one of the most reliable indicators of genuine emotion. Other facial behaviors also give away stress or discomfort. Lip biting often signals anxiety or hesitation, while lip tightening may show disapproval or frustration. Flared nostrils can indicate anger or a readiness for confrontation, as the body unconsciously prepares for action. Raised eyebrows typically signal surprise or curiosity, while furrowed brows often show concentration, worry, or skepticism. Even the jaw reveals inner states. Clenching the jaw or grinding teeth may suggest stress, irritation, or suppressed anger. Similarly, frequent face touching, like rubbing the nose or covering the mouth, often occurs when people feel nervous or are being less than truthful. Interpreting facial cues effectively means observing them in real time and in clusters. A single raised eyebrow might just mean curiosity, but combined with narrowed eyes and a tight mouth, it could indicate doubt or annoyance. Context also matters. A yawn may mean boredom, but in another setting, it might signal fatigue. In short, the face is a rich source of information. By noticing genuine versus fake smiles, microexpressions, and small tension signals, you can uncover what people are really feeling beneath their words. 3. Arms and hands. The arms and hands are highly expressive and often reveal a person's level of comfort, openness, or authority. Since humans naturally use their hands when communicating, observing gestures gives a direct insight into emotional states. One of the most common and telling gestures is crossing the arms. When someone crosses their arms tightly across their chest, it usually indicates defensiveness, resistance, or self-protection. For example, in negotiations, if a person suddenly crosses their arms after a new proposal is made, it may signal disagreement or hesitation. However, sometimes crossed arms simply mean the person is cold or comfortable. Again, context matters. Open palms are a classic signal of honesty and transparency. Historically, showing empty hands indicated one carried no weapons, so even today, open palms convey trustworthiness. Public speakers often use open-handed gestures to appear credible and approachable. In contrast, hidden hands, whether in pockets or behind the back, can suggest discomfort, insecurity, or concealment. Another powerful hand signal is steepling, where the fingertips touch while the palms remain apart, resembling a church steeple. This gesture is often used by confident, authoritative individuals, especially in leadership or business contexts. It conveys certainty and self-assurance. Fidgeting hands tell a different story. Constantly tapping fingers, wringing hands, or adjusting objects may signal nervousness, impatience, or a lack of confidence. People often fidget subconsciously when stressed, making it a reliable indicator of inner tension. Gesturing too much or too little also affects perception. Excessive, dramatic hand movements may seem overwhelming or insincere, while completely still hands may appear stiff or disengaged. Balanced, purposeful gestures tend to create the best impression, reinforcing spoken words without distracting from them. Touching behaviors are also meaningful. For instance, self-soothing gestures like rubbing one's own arm, clasping hands tightly, or massaging the neck indicate stress or insecurity. On the other hand, light, open gestures, such as offering a handshake or patting someone on the back, signal friendliness and connection. By observing the arms and hands, you can gauge someone's openness, confidence, and emotional comfort. Since hand movements are often unconscious, they serve as reliable clues to what someone is truly feeling, even when their words say otherwise. 4. Legs and feet. Though often overlooked, legs and feet are among the most honest indicators of body language because people rarely monitor them consciously. Subtle movements of the lower body can reveal comfort, interest, or even a desire to leave a situation. Crossed legs provide important cues. When a person crosses their legs toward you, it often indicates openness, interest, or comfort in your presence. Conversely, crossing legs away from you may signal disinterest, discomfort, or even disagreement. Similarly, tightly crossed legs can show defensiveness, while relaxed, open-leg postures suggest confidence and ease. Foot direction is particularly revealing. Unlike the upper body, which can be consciously controlled, feet tend to point toward what someone truly wants. For example, in a group conversation, if a person's feet are angled toward the door, it often means they want to leave, even if they are smiling and nodding politely. Feet pointing toward a specific person can indicate attraction or preference. Fidgeting with the legs or feet can signal nervousness or impatience. Common behaviors include tapping feet, bouncing knees, or shifting weight frequently. These restless movements often reveal underlying stress or a lack of patience, even when someone is trying to appear calm. Legs can also express dominance or submission. Spreading the legs wide while seated conveys confidence, authority, or even territorial behavior. In contrast, keeping the legs tightly together or tucked under the chair often signals insecurity or submissiveness. During negotiations, noticing who takes up more space with their legs can reveal underlying power dynamics. Even the act of standing still carries meaning. A firm stance with feet shoulder-width apart shows stability and confidence, while constantly shifting from one foot to another may suggest nervousness or discomfort. Because people pay less conscious attention to controlling their lower body, legs and feet often tell the most truthful story. By observing direction, posture, and movement, you can uncover unspoken signals of attraction, stress, or intent. Paying attention to these subtle cues can give you an edge in social and professional settings alike. 5. Posture and movement. Posture and overall body movement provide an immediate impression of confidence, status, and emotional state. How someone carries themselves often communicates louder than their words. A straight, upright posture is universally associated with confidence, attentiveness, and authority. For example, in a presentation, a speaker who stands tall with shoulders back is perceived as more credible and persuasive. On the other hand, slouching forward or hunching over may suggest insecurity, low energy, or disinterest. This is why good posture is often emphasized in professional settings. It shapes how others perceive your competence. Leaning behavior is another strong indicator. Leaning slightly forward towards someone shows interest and engagement, while leaning back often conveys disinterest, skepticism, or a desire to disengage. In conversations, if one person mirrors the other's lean, it suggests mutual connection and rapport. Movement patterns also speak volumes. Smooth, controlled movements usually signal confidence and calmness. In contrast, jerky, restless, or exaggerated motions often reveal nervousness or lack of control. For instance, pacing back and forth can indicate anxiety or impatience, even if the person insists they are calm. Mirroring is a subtle yet powerful sign of connection. When people like or trust each other, they often subconsciously copy each other's posture and movements. For example, if one person crosses their legs and the other follows, it suggests rapport. This is why mirroring is sometimes deliberately used in sales and negotiation strategies. It creates a subconscious sense of alignment. Personal space and posture are also linked. Standing too close may feel intimidating or aggressive, while keeping an appropriate distance shows respect and awareness. Dominant individuals often take up more space, using expansive gestures and open stances to assert authority. In contrast, closed or contracted postures indicate submission or insecurity. Ultimately, posture and movement provide an instant read of someone's confidence, engagement, and emotional state. By standing tall, moving smoothly, and leaning appropriately, you can project authority while also interpreting others more accurately. 6. Voice and other cues. While body language is primarily visual, the voice also plays a vital role in nonverbal communication. The way words are spoken, tone, pace, volume often carries more weight than the actual content. Pairing vocal cues with physical gestures provides a fuller picture of someone's true feelings. Tone is one of the most revealing aspects of speech. A warm, steady tone conveys confidence, calmness, and sincerity. In contrast, a high-pitched or shaky tone often indicates nervousness or stress. People may claim they are relaxed, but their strained voice can give them away instantly. Similarly, monotone delivery may suggest boredom or lack of enthusiasm, even if the words themselves are positive. Pace also matters. Speaking too quickly can signal anxiety, urgency, or excitement, while speaking too slowly may indicate hesitation, uncertainty, or fatigue. Skilled communicators vary their pace strategically to emphasize points and keep listeners engaged. Pauses and hesitations are worth noting. Frequent pauses, filler words, or stammering may indicate discomfort, dishonesty, or lack of preparation. Conversely, purposeful pauses can project confidence and control. Volume communicates emotional intensity. A louder than normal voice may signal anger, passion, or dominance, while a very soft voice may suggest timidity, insecurity, or reluctance. However, intentional variation in volume can be a powerful tool for persuasion and emphasis. In addition to vocal cues, self-touching behaviors often reveal inner states. Touching the face, rubbing the neck, or playing with hair are classic signs of nervousness or insecurity. Covering the mouth while speaking may indicate uncertainty or dishonesty. Breathing patterns also matter. Rapid, shallow breathing often accompanies stress or anxiety, while slow, steady breathing indicates calmness. Observing shifts in breathing can help you detect when someone is becoming tense or defensive. Together, voice and subtle physical cues create a multi-dimensional layer of communication. Paying attention to how something is said, not just what is said, helps you detect authenticity, stress, or hidden emotions. By aligning both vocal tone and body language, you can project confidence while also reading others more effectively. Conclusion: body language offers a wealth of hidden information that words alone cannot convey. By carefully observing eyes, facial expressions, arms and hands, legs and feet, posture and movement, and vocal cues, you gain deeper insight into what people truly feel and intend. The key is to look for clusters of signals, not isolated gestures, and always interpret them within context. Mastering these body language secrets not only improves your ability to read others, but also strengthens your own communication, presence, and influence.